All right, guys, a lot of y'all have been seeing, we've been doing a lot of ripping on this S10, having a lot of fun with it. And then I threw up a story on my Instagram, basically a poll asking you guys what direction you wanted to see us take the S10 here. A lot of you guys are kind of leaning towards that drag racing direction. Obviously, that's where my heart's at, so I've got no problem with that. So what we're going to be doing today is actually, I found a nice set of wheels and tires to put on this thing. I'm basically going through my parts bin to see if I have any old like leftover stuff from some of like the 4th gen F bodies and whatnot we've been racing, to see if we have any sort of leftover parts we can put on here. And I found actually a really nice set of Billet Specialties wheels and tires. What I want to do, I want to take this thing to the Dragstrip, get a baseline on it, basically see what it runs, which is probably going to be the world's slowest S10, but basically get a baseline on this thing. But as far as safety goes, there's a couple things I do want to do before we do that. So obviously, you know, I mean, this back tire back here, it's got cords hanging off of it, so we need to put a set of tires on the back of it anyway. And then the fronts here, these old $20 Tiger Paws, I mean, they're dry rotted like crazy. So I decided, you know what, before we even take it to the track like this, let me go ahead, let me put a good set of wheels and tires on it. So let's show you guys what we're putting on here. All right, guys, so here they are. So these are 15 by 4, I believe. They're either 15 by 3.5 or 15 by 4. And then a 15 by 8 rear Billet Specialties. I think these are called street lights, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 3/4 bolt pattern, exactly what we need for the S10. And front tires, it's got a 25-inch tall front runner, which is kind of the tire that I like to run on a 15-inch rim. On the rear setup here, I got a couple concerns. I'm not exactly sure if this is the right backspace for an S10, so I'm gonna have to basically mock these things up on the truck to make sure that these are gonna work. The tires on this thing are actually 28 by 9 slicks. Not the most ideal tire that I'd like to run on this. In a perfect world, maybe a set of like 26-inch tall by 10-inch wides. That way it kind of acts like it's putting more rear gear in the rear end. Usually the shorter the tire, the more gear ratio helps. And I mean, this thing ain't got a whole lot of horsepower, so 26-inch tire should work, but we'll start off with these 28 by 10s for right now, as long as they clear the fender well. We'll go ahead and we'll bolt these on here. But anyway, I just dug out 2 right now, threw a little bit of polish up on them. I need to go back and throw a little more on it just to kind of get some of these water spots off of it. But I think these things are going to look pretty good on the S10. So let's go ahead, let's get them on here and get these old May Pops off of here. All right, guys, and here we are with the front wheel, I guess temporarily installed. So I had grabbed some 1/2-20 shank lug nuts for these wheels. These wheels require a shank lug nut, and didn't realize that the threads on an S10 are actually M12. Should have known better. So what I did is I just grabbed some M12 acorn lug nuts and just kind of hand tight put them on there just to kind of hold the wheel in place. We're not driving it right now, but anyway, you can kind of see what we're looking as far as front wheels go. Definitely a lot better look than what we had going on before. So you can just kind of compare the front to the back there. Position of the wheel, about right. It might be sucked in just I don't know, maybe a little too much. Maybe it's about right, I'm not sure. But anyway, looks pretty good. I spun it over, it does clear the brakes, clears the tire out on the inside, so we're good on that. So basically, these wheels here, direct bolt on, other than having the right lug nuts. Now let's go ahead. Moment of truth, let's see if the backspace is right on these backs, and then make sure that the slick will clear the bedside right here. Let's go ahead and get these things on. I would say we definitely got some pretty good life out of those. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see. These old fat daddies right here will get up in here. Looking to make sure we've got room on the inside contacting the leaf spring, but I also want to make sure that the outside of the tire does not hit right there. Oh yeah, this worked out perfect. So we've got just enough room on the inside here for the edge of the tire to clear the inside of the bed lip. I suppose I could always roll that a little bit if I had to, but we look good there. Let's take a look underneath and make sure that we're gonna clear all the suspension and whatnot. Oh, we got plenty of room. Okay, so yeah, we actually could have gone maybe, actually not even maybe, easily another inch of backspace, but you know what? This will work. What is this? Wow. They had LED lights underneath this thing. Yikes. Okay. So, yeah. Definitely could have went another inch in on backspace, but you know what? We have these wheels. It didn't cost us anything to get. So they'll be perfect. And what I'm probably going to do, I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm going to try and find a set of 26-inch by 10-inch wide or like 10.5-inch wide slicks. I want to try and help the gear ratio in this thing a little bit. So running that shorter tire, like I said before, will effectively give us more gear ratio. Let's go ahead and set this thing down on the ground real quick, see what she looks like. Oh yeah, definitely a fan of that. That looks super, super nice. It kind of looks like we did a V8 swap without actually doing a V8 swap. So this will definitely be maybe the nicest looking, slowest S10 in the world. I don't know, but love the way these things fit. I don't know, the more I look at this, I actually probably wouldn't do anything on the backspace. Like I probably would have chose these because they fill the fender well out really nice. But definitely like that. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Do you like these wheels? Also, guys, we still need a name for this truck. I want to try and pick the best one. I want you guys to decide what we're going to name this thing. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you all want to name the old S10 here. And of course, as obsessed as I always am over weight reduction, so what we're going to do is we've got one front wheel and then we've also got one rear wheel underneath it on a scale. I want to see what the difference is between these wheels versus the drag wheels. So basically one front, one rear. Those combined are right at about 89 pounds, it looks like. So of course that's for two. So now let's go ahead, we'll times this by 2, and then we'll weigh one front and one rear on the race wheels. All right, so our stock wheels and tires, all four combined, were 178 pounds. So now we've got one front drag wheel, one rear drag wheel. Those are 58, 59-ish for a pair of those. So basically these would be 118. So going from the stock wheels to these drag wheels, we've actually saved 60 pounds and we're looking pretty good doing it too. Not bad at all. Well, overall, very, very happy with what we found here. So basically, set of wheels we had didn't cost us nothing. They look great on here. The one thing I wish is, like, let me show you on the back here. So these Billet Specialties actually come with this center cap. Unfortunately, on the front, they do not fit because the factory hub is so big. So if you ran like a set of like TBMs or maybe some strange brakes, more than likely, I think the hub's smaller, so the center cap would have fit. But I mean, I ain't gonna be picky. It definitely looks a lot better than what it did. So what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna be taking this truck to the track. I wanna get a good baseline, and then, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we put like a 200 shot of nitrous on the stock motor. Sounds like it'd be fun. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but I wanna get a good baseline on this thing, and then kind of over time as we do more and more stuff to it, kind of show the progression of what we're doing here. But in the meantime, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you all want to see we do to this truck. Leaning on you guys for kind of a direction that we're gonna go on this. And in the meantime, as always, we appreciate the love. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.